What's up, guys? Welcome back to Games in Hand, and Black Myth Wukong is due to come out soon on Steam, and it's a game I'm really looking forward to checking out this month. And they've put out a free benchmark tool so you can take a look at performance on your PC ahead of time. Now, while I have my doubts about how accurate that's going to be when we get into real-world gameplay, we can talk about that some more later, but we'll look at the Legion Go here, and we're going to focus on 1080p, 25 watts, low and medium with FSR, and also some frame gen. I'm not going to get too deep into this free benchmark tool and the performance because we're going to look a lot closer when the game actually comes out, but I think it's interesting to take a look at performance. We'll also take a quick look at Steam Deck and Ally towards the end as kind of a quick comparison and see how those are faring as well, and just overall how is this game running on the handhelds. But here on the Legion Go, it's actually doing quite well as far as this benchmark is concerned when we're looking at 1080p low, FSR at 65, or medium here, which I don't think is going to be a great option when we get into real world gameplay, even with some of the tricks and features. And then I have 1080p low there with FSR and frame gen on, and frame gen, at least for the benchmark, is pretty smooth and seems to work really well. We'll have to see how it works when it comes to actual gameplay, input latency, and all that kind of stuff, and what our picture quality is going to be doing. But when it comes to the free benchmark, not too bad. But I'm going to let the rest of the benchmark play out here for you guys that want to go ahead and check out the rest, and then I'll jump back in when we get to the results and some of the comparing to the other systems. Alright guys, wrapping up that benchmark for the Legion Go, 42, 31, and 64 when it comes to our FPS across the board there, and overall frame times were really solid, so I kind of have high hopes when the game comes out that it'll be well optimized and run decently enough, at least at low and maybe some higher TDP on these devices, but we'll have to see what happens. The benchmark itself seems to do pretty good, and you can see here, even over on the Steam Deck, which I wanted to show here, 800p low, FSR 65, 15 watts there doing its thing, running surprisingly well there, even though it is the benchmark. And then over on Legion Go, same thing compared to that, running pretty well at its 1080p, which is similar to performance at 25 watts than you'll get on a deck at 800p. And then we have our Ally X there, which does offer more RAM but the same speed as the Legion Go, and it'll be interesting to see how those fare when we get into real world gameplay as well. But the Legion Go is really doing a decent job here in the comparing between all of them, and actually running the game the best, even better than the Ally X. But again, this is a benchmark. They've put out a free tool, so we'll have to see what real world gameplay does. But right now, Legion Go is looking really good, even with frame gen on here. And I hope frame gen does work well in the game and input latency isn't too bad, picture quality is good, because some decent in-game frame gen for the Legion Go with its portrait display working well would be pretty nice for this game and make it more playable on here. So we'll have to see what happens when the game actually releases, but it should be interesting to see. This is definitely one that I've had my eye on. I definitely hope it runs well portably so it's easy to play on the go. It's a game I definitely want to be able to sink some time into, especially on the go with its bigger, more immersive screen. It tends to be one of the big reasons why I pick it up to play it. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, we really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.